Welcome to Theater Arts. My name is Catherine Walling. This presentation will help you be successful in this class. We will cover the class expectations, the consequences for not following the expectations, smartphone and personal electronic devices, the dress code, grading, the Google Classroom, bathroom passes, where you can find this class information, and production requirements. The class expectations. First, I expect students to be respectful. Examples of respect include listening while someone else is speaking, using positive language when giving feedback to others, and refraining from using offensive language. Offensive language includes calling someone a female dog, calling someone illegitimate, taking the Lord's name in vain, and using the acronym for forced use of carnal knowledge. Second, I expect you to be on time. I will close the door when the tardy bell rings. Any student entering the room after a door is closed is tardy. Any student more than 20 minutes tardy is considered absent. Students are expected to use the restroom and get water during transitions. Third, I expect you to be on task. Examples include taking notes, asking questions, participating in class discussions, completing assignments, and working with other students. If you use your class time to complete assignments, you won't need to complete work at home. Fourth, I expect you to be prepared. Students are expected to bring Chromebooks or their laptop and their charger every day. Students are expected to keep up with their materials. Theater students will need a 12-inch ruler, Crayola colored pencils, highlighters, eraser, and a pencil to complete some assignments. There are consequences for not following expectations. I do not argue. I do enforce the consequences. The first time an expectation is not met, you receive a verbal warning and you sign a warning notification. This documents that you have been warned. The second time an expectation is not met, you receive 15 minutes detention. I notify your parents and you sign a warning notification that lists the date and time of your detention. The warning notification documents you have been given detention. If you have after-school activities, it is your responsibility to explain to your coach or sponsor why you will be late to practice. If you do not show up, I write a discipline referral. The third time an expectation is not met, you receive 30 minutes of after-school detention. I notify your parents of the date and time of the detention, and you sign a warning notification that lists the date and time of the detention. The warning notification documents you have been given detention. If you have after-school activities, it is your responsibility to explain to your coach or sponsor why you will be late to practice. If you do not show up, I write a discipline referral. The fourth time you do not meet expectations, you receive a discipline referral. Smartphones, earphones, or earbuds are not allowed in the classroom. Smartphones and other personal electronic devices will be placed in the phone caddy before the beginning of class. They can be retrieved when you exit the class after you have been dismissed. In the event a student chooses not to place the smartphone or other personal electronic device in the phone caddy, the first offense, the device will be taken and may be picked up at 4:30 p.m. You sign a warning notification when you pick up your device at 4:30 p.m. The second offense, the device will be taken and turned into the office with a discipline referral. You may be required to pay a fine to get your device. Your parents may be required to come to school. You do not have to be using your phone or electronic device for it to be confiscated. If it is not placed in the phone caddy, it will be confiscated. If I attempt to confiscate your device and you refuse, security will be called and you will be sent to the office. You will be issued a discipline referral for not following a teacher's directive and for having your electronic device out. I will not argue with you. I will ask you twice. Then I call security. I enforce the dress code. You can find the dress code in the Student Code of Conduct, which can be downloaded in both English and Spanish from the Clint ISD website. Click on the Student tab, then open the Student Code of Conduct. A copy of the Student Code of Conduct in English has been placed in the Google Classroom under General Information. You can also find the dress code in the Student Handbook on page 49. The Student Handbook can be found in the Horizon High School website. Look on the Our School tab, then open Student Handbook. It can be downloaded in both English and Spanish. A copy of the Student Handbook in English has been posted in Google Classroom under General Information. The first infraction, the student receives a verbal warning. Thereafter, students with inappropriate clothing are sent to the office with a discipline referral. Inappropriate clothing includes bare midriffs, shorts more than 3 inches above the knee, pants below the buttocks. See the Student Code of Conduct for a full list. There are times when we will construct and paint scenery. You will want to bring work clothes. Latex paint does not wash out of clothes. CISD requires at least 2 daily grades a week and at least 1 quiz. All graded assignments are designated as daily work or quizzes. Not all assignments are graded. Some assignments are to prepare students for the graded assignments. Daily assignments are worth 80% of the grade. Quizzes are worth 20% of the grade. These percentages are set by Clint ISD board policy. Students can access all assignments in Google Classroom. Grades are recorded as a 0 in Skyward until the work is turned in. Each assignment has a listed due date. Assignments are expected to be submitted by the due date. A student has 7 calendar days past the due date to submit the assignment with no penalty. After 7 calendar days, Google Classroom will no longer accept a submission for the assignment. Special consideration to submit an assignment after 7 days will be considered on a case-by-case basis. To request special consideration, the student must open the assignment in Google Classroom and post a private comment explaining the reason for special consideration. The teacher will review the request and determine if special consideration is warranted. The teacher's decision is final. This only applies to written assignments. Most written assignments turned in with a score less than 70 may be redone by following the redo link in the private comment left with your score in Google Classroom. Follow the instructions to resubmit the redo assignment. The original grade and the redo grade will be averaged. A student who presents a performance assignment on time receives a minimum score of 70. A student who does not present a performance assignment on time receives a maximum score of 70. Students who do not submit an assignment by the due date are sent a reminder email. A grade sheet report showing all graded assignments for the grading period as well as the current average is posted each week in Google Classroom. The grade sheet reports are posted by student ID number. On Monday or Tuesday of each week, a progress detail report is emailed to your parents. You receive a copy of this email. The report shows your current average, lists your scores on all the graded assignments, and lists all your missing assignments. If your average is less than 70, a text will be sent to your parents. You may be assigned mandatory tutoring. Failure to attend mandatory tutoring will result in a discipline referral. Please follow this process for asking a question about an assignment. Open the assignment in Google Classroom. Write your question or comment as a private comment. Post the private comment. This links your question or comment to the assignment and allows me to better respond. Let's talk about Google Classroom. Students are expected to bring their Chromebook and chargers to class each day. I do not have a Chromebook charger. If your Chromebook has no charge, you cannot do your assignment. Students are expected to check email daily, Monday through Friday. Clint ISD uses Outlook in Office 365 for email. I send a reminder email when you have not submitted an assignment. You receive comments about assignments through email. You receive your weekly progress detail report in your email. Students are expected to check Google Classroom for assignments and makeup work. All of your assignments are posted in Google Classroom. Even though you're using another application like Nearpod or Quizzes, even assignments requiring a paper submission are posted in Google Classroom. Unless you have a doctor's note requiring frequent trips to the restroom, understand leaving class to go to the restroom is a privilege, not a right. You are expected to use the restroom and get water during class transitions. There is plenty of time to go to the restroom, get water, and get to class on time if you don't stand around and talk. Each student receives a maximum of 5 hall passes per 9 weeks. Yes, I do keep track. When those 5 are gone, they are gone. There are also considerations for letting you have a hall pass. Were you on time to class? If you were tardy, then you should have used the restroom before you came to class. If student IDs have been issued, do you have your student ID? Are you following the dress code? Are you on task? If you've been goofing around, you may not get a hall pass. Are your electronics in the phone caddy? Finally, no hall passes are given during the first or last 15 minutes of class. There are certain production requirements in theater. Students are expected to participate in theater productions. The participation may be on the cast or on a crew. All cast positions require after-school rehearsals and evening performances. Some crew positions, like lights, sound, set, props, require some after-school rehearsals and all evening performances. Some crew positions, such as the house, require evening performances. These participation assignments are graded. Students are expected to sell tickets to the school performances. Each student will be provided with 10 tickets for each school performance at Horizon High School. These participation assignments are graded. Students are expected to sell tickets to the evening performances. Each student will be provided with 2 tickets to each evening performance. These participation assignments are graded. Students enrolled in theater arts classes are expected to join Escorpión, the Horizon High School Theater Arts Club. A production calendar will be posted in the Theater Arts and Escorpión Google Classroom for all productions. We've covered a lot of information. A copy of the class information and a video of this presentation is posted in your Google Classroom and posted on my website, Mrs. Walling's Classroom. The link to my website is in your Google Classroom. If you have any questions about this information, please open the material in Google Classroom and post a private comment. You can expect a reply within 24 school hours.